So good afternoon, everybody. We're back here at the Ganmain Sports Ground this afternoon for this third round clash of the Riverina Football League between the Ganmain Grongrong Madong Lions and the Mangablaya Cookadini United East Lakes Football Club. And that's the last time, Andrew, that I'll give them their full name, because that's alphabetically challenging. So for me, I'll just refer to them as the Lions and the Goannas, or the Mango Boys today. That'll keep it simple. We've got Baz here on the images today, bringing you the camera work, and our running game commentator, Andrew. Andrew, good afternoon, and what can you tell us, Andrew, about any changes from the Lions backing up after that win over Coolaman?
Thanks, Guy. Good to be back again here at the Ganmain Sports Ground today for a clash of the two major sides from last year, and Ganmain's had to make the one change from last week's game against the Coolaman Hoppers in Coolaman, and just a shout out to Tom Sussay, who injured his shoulder in that particular game. He's having his shoulder operated today, so wish him all the best and a speedy recovery, Tom, and brought into the side his older brother Jack Sussay today to replace Tom.
Well, we wish Tom all the best. We know Tom started the season on fire on the home game. I think we mentioned in the call that he really started the year off where he finished off last year, and plenty of run, and he looked pretty fit, so that's unfortunate. A couple little personal things to note around the club this week. A shout out to Jack Seedlin. Jack's a life member and possibly never missed a game of football in his life. That might be stretching it a bit, but Jack's laid up in hospital at the moment, so we wish Jack all the best with his his ill health at the moment, and I'm sure he's in good hands. And I think Andrew's got some information on the Warren brothers.
Yeah, well, Kenny a few weeks ago had a heart attack, Guy, I think, correct, and he's in ill health at the moment, and also Jeff's had some health issues, so can't make the game that he normally makes, so wish them both the best as well.
So we know as soon as it's available, those gentlemen, they'll be able to view the game on the post that Baz puts up, which is great for those supporters that sweat on the football, and they can feel as though they're still part of the community. They've been great contributors, and those gentlemen that we've mentioned. So Andrew, a cracking afternoon here at the Ganmain Sports Ground. Bit of breeze coming in from the southwest. The ground again immaculate. 10 to 12 mils of rain through the week, and the sowing's progressing a little bit slowly, but it'll ramp up this week with the fine forecast. So great day for footy here. It's not quite as warm today. Great, about 18 degrees. So really should be set up for a good afternoon's entertainment between these two clubs.
Yeah, that's right, Guy. Two of the leaders in the competition at the moment. They've both played the two games and had the two victories as well, and Ganmain have been pretty convincing in their two victories against Wagga Tigers and Coolaman, and Mangapla just getting over the line against Griffith and Wagga Tigers last week. So we're anticipating a pretty hotly contested affair today. Mangapla's probably got a few missing from their full list. Brought in a few young fellas, academy boys today to take their places, and Ganmain fairly at full strength, just missing Jeffro Peck with a knee injury and Tom Sussay.
Right, that's good, Andrew. So then who would be watching out for the name players for the Goannas and the Mango Boys, Andrew?
Oh, certainly in the centre of the ground there, Ryan Turnbull and Nick Collins. They're two players from Canberra, two very experienced footballers, get a lot of the ball and dictate a lot of the game. They'll be two players to watch, as well as the Collins brothers. I think there's about 5 Collinses in the team today. So if I get a little bit mixed up, someone will probably just be called a Collins.
Well, I think we'll forgive you, Andrew, because I don't think anyone's knocking on the door to take up the commentary position, because you've got a good handle on the, like I keep saying, you've got a very good handle not only on our local players, but the opposition players as well, and that's very important for the viewers on the broadcast. So a little bit of breeze. So again, once again, the left of your screen is the northern end of the ground, the railway end. The breeze is favouring that end, but good footballers don't worry about a little bit of breeze. They just carry on regardless. And It's set up for a great afternoon. So the umpire's just waiting in the centre. Don't know whether we've had the toss yet, but might be a little bit ahead of schedule, are we?
Yeah, so Gairmain today will be looking to George Alexander. Has really started on fire for the Lions up forward. He's kicked 9 goals in the previous 2 games to start the season in real fine form. So he's one bloke that the Mangaplara will be keeping a close eye on, and probably you'll probably see 2 fellas down there on him at times to try and restrict his goals. So that's one player to watch for the Lions. And of course Jacob Olsen in the ruck. He's started the year very well, been the dominant ruckman so far, and so giving his small midfielders at the Lions first use of the ball will be very important for them, getting that ball forward. And then Ben Walsh across half-back for the Lions there, missed the first game, but had a very good game across half-back there for Gairmain in their match against Coolaman last week.
Yeah, well, Ben rarely has a down game, as we know. So the siren's gone to signal to the umpires that we're approaching the start of this game. Yeah, spectacular day here at the Gairmain Sports Ground. It's same day junior football, netball, and senior football. Netball, which brings a big crowd. Came through the gate there a while ago, and the Lions treasurer Michael Quinn, he's had a big grin on his face, and I think his job's safer than Josh Freitenberg's at the moment. Andrew, I don't know whether just going forward, but no one will challenge Michael Quinn for the treasurer's job, because they've really got the club rocking in that right direction as far as finances go, and so it's no secret that to have good on-field performances, you've got to have good admin. So fortunately we've got great administration here at the Lions at the moment. So I'll hand over to Andrew as we're about to start this game here at the Gairmain Sports Ground.
Thanks, Guy. Yeah, so the toss has been done. The Lions are kicking down to the dam end, and Mangaplara kicking to the road end, and Jacob Olsen wins that first tap, but the umpires gave a 3 out to Patrick Griffin there for Mango. He's kicked this ball long. Under this one is Ben Walsh, but flying high is young Luke Lawrence, Giants Academy player. That is a big rap on this young fella, and he's taken a good mark there. And he's about 40 metres out on a slight angle.
Well, Andrew wrapped him up before the game, and he's amongst the first possession getters, taking the mark. Virtually direct in front, a little bit off centre. That won't worry him. Comes in, he's going to kick from 45. Deliberate drop punt. No, sprays it out. And the boundary umpire signals out of bounds on the full.
Yes, good start there. Good push forward there by Mangaplara. Ben Walsh to take the kick for the Lions to bring this back in.
So Ben Walsh will kick in from that back pocket position in front of the Coolaman Butchery sponsors there. They're great sponsors of the club, we keep mentioning. Get up there to Coolaman, and Baz is very happy. He won a meat tray on Friday night, and meat tray was supplied by Coolaman Butchery.
Up they fly. Over the back there was Harry Collins for Mangaplara. Matty Hamlin gets a handball out to Jack McKeag. Kicks a high one. Under this is Tom Anderson, but at the back is Nick Collins. No, it's been a push out there. Free kick to Tom Anderson there. He looks to move this one downfield, looking for Dan Foley. Over the top is George Alexander. Ball spills forward to Dan Foley. Gets his handball smothered. Almost marked there by Tom Anderson. Regathers. Chips this one wide. It's a floating kick. Picked up by Sam Martin, gets a handball away there, doesn't reach his target. Ball in dispute there on the ground, flying through is Mick Roffney. Tries to gather it up, tries to get a kick away, it's smothered. And the umpire's going to ball this up.
Yeah, both sides throwing themselves at the ball. That's what you expect. They come out early, physical early, attacking the ball.
Ball goes up there, won by Mangapara's Tom Smith on that occasion. Out to Ryan Turnbull, gets a rough left kick forward there. Coming out to meet it is Jack Sussay. He runs over the ball, wrapped up in a strong tackle there. Is a Mangapara opponent, and the umpire will throw it up once again on that far wing. Luke Walsh looks to be sporting new boots there today, Guy. They're shiny, bright white boots.
We love these new boots, Andrew. Probably where I fell down in my career almost 40 or 50 years ago.
Yeah, man, got a little bit of a tackle of fumbles there, and it's regathered by Harry Collins. He sends this one in long. It's going over the back, but underneath it is Jack Sussay there. Takes a good mark. Swings on his left. Kicks across to an open field here to Kirk Mahon. He gathers the ball in there. Looks to go downfield, takes one bounce, gets rid of his quick, chips it over the top there, but it's cut off by Tim Smith there for Mango on that occasion. Picked up by Jack McKegg, gets a rough old kick out in the pocket. Roffley's trying to pick this one up, he gathers. Handballs back to Jesse Lander. One drills this in looking for George Alexander. It's gone over the back and through for a behind.
Yeah, one behind there, down there. So it's going to be kicked in from the railway end of the ground. Bance and Son funeral directors sponsoring that end of the ground there. John and Scott Bance, terrific operators.
Nick Collins, Canberra recruit, takes the kick there for Mangapla. Looks wide there. Ball sport by Luke Walsh. On the ground there. Gathered by Mangapla. Gets a kick away there. And it's gone over the sidelines. There'll be a throw in there.
Yep. Throw in will be affected in front of the Nutrien guys out there. Once again, good sponsors of the club. Got that big input from that livestock industry. Yes, Luke Walsh's boots, they are a standout, Andrew. I've got him now.
He might get the 3 votes off the umpire today with those boots. Ball's thrown in and it's on the ground there. And the umpire, Callum Logan's calling for a ball up.
Yeah, hard to get clean possession when both sides attacking the ball.
Olsen and Smith in the ruck. It's Foley and Smith in the ruck on this occasion. And Dan Foley taps it back, but gathered by Mangapla. Charging through is Kirkman. Gets a handball to Roffney, another handball to Matt Hamlin, looking for George Alexander in the square, but it's punched over the back by Matt Collins on this occasion, through from behind.
Well played by young Collins there. He checked George Alexander there, how a true backman should, and punched over the line.
Harry Collins to kick it in on this occasion for Mangapla. Comes towards the shed wing. Olsen's underneath this one. It hits him in the chest and over the sideline it goes, and it'll be a throw in there in front of the Mangapla box.
Throw in, we effected there in front of the Cummins Hendricks sign. Cummins Hendricks, big legal team throughout the River Arena, home base in Coolaman. Remember we lost Bill Thompson, the principal there last year, but the firm's still going. A lot of local people employed in that firm.
Olsen and Smith in the ruck on this occasion. Comes down to Jack McKegg. Comes out to Jesse Lander. Sends a high one up. Underneath it is Kai Watts, but Mangapla take it away through hands here from Collins to Nick Collins. Back to Matt Collins. They switch play here, looking for Ryan Turnbull deep in the pocket there for Mangapla.
So they're keeping it in the family down there in that back line for you, Andrew.
Yes, there's 5 Collinses running around there today. Males almost tackled on that occasion. Arthur gets a handball backwards. Put under pressure here a bit, Mangapla. Comes to Connor Krebser and kicks a grubbing one downfield. And it goes over the sideline for a throw in.
Yeah, throw in there. Be in front of the Gammane Pharmacy. Yeah, get down through the week there and see Tin. Great fellow, Tin. That he can help you with all your health needs from the chemist there in the main street.
Foley and Tim Smith in the ruck on this occasion. Ball comes down to Roffney there. Dan Foley snaps a goal for the Lions.
Never looked like missing. A clean snap there from Dan Foley. Didn't have a lot of time to look at it, and straight over the goal umpire's head, which is great to see. So we wait for the ball to come back in there, and also we've got sponsors down there from Elders, big livestock team there in Kincaid Street in Wagga. So a lot of local fellas sell their stock through Elders.
Yeah, the Lions will be looking for a bigger input from some of their other forwards this week. It's been all George Alexander the last 2 weeks, and need a few more contributors up there in that forward line.
Andrew, it was good to see Jack Sasse in the play there early. Came into the side replacing his brother, and he took a mark and quickly played on, got a possession away. That'll he'll benefit from that early.
Yeah, Jack had a back injury there through pre-season, and he's worked really hard to get back into first grade today, and ahead of schedule too. He's wasn't due to be playing for a few more weeks, but he's done all the hard work and he got out there. Tommy Anderson picks up that ruck by Olsen there, and the ball's kicked off the ground forward by Sam Martin. Coming out to meet it is Matty Hamlin. Swings around, breaks through a tackle, snaps on his right foot, and it's through for a goal.
Never in doubt, goal umpire never moved, and Matt, once he broke that tackle, he had enough. He just had enough time to steady, drop it on his foot, and it was never in doubt from there. So well done to Matt Hamlin. Again, one of those guys. How'd he go at Coolman, Andrew? I wasn't up Coolman, but he certainly on the first home game here, he had a cracking day.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit down on his other standard the first week. But still it was a very good game from Matty, but not of the higher standard that we're used to seeing from the young fella. But
yeah, well, I guess
you're allowed to have one bad day.
Yeah, well, probably in the local derby, knowing the Coolman guys, they did a lot of homework on Matt Hamlin and thought, well, they're not going to let him run amok if they can help it.
So Olsen and Smith in the ruck again here. No one actually wins that one. Charging through is Tommy Anderson. He ducks his head, he picks the ball up, and he's been caught with the ball.
Yeah, umpire didn't like the fact that he's ducked his head and tried to take him on. He said, no, that's not having that.
Turnbull takes the ball here and switches it wide. Just can't see the number there at this stage. I think it's young John O'Male, and he kicks this ball long, looking for Jacob Wheatley, who's come into the side from Mango's seconds up forward. But ball's on the ground there, picked up by Kirk Martin. Switches this one out to his coach in Sam Martin, who takes a good chest mark in front of his opponent.
So Sam Martin playing up the ground a little bit today, Andrew.
Probably playing more wing there today, Guy, than half-back. Gets his kick forward to Michael Rofty. It's gone over the back of the pack there. Coming through is Matt Hamlin. He gathers this one in. Left and right way he swings. Handsball over the top to Dan Foley. Another handball on to Mitch Taylor. Swings on his left foot and kicks another one for the Lions.
Yeah, again, the boys got the Utes backed up there behind the goal at the northern end. They liked that one right off the... As soon as it came off his foot, they put their arms up. They might have something in those hands, those boys in those Utes, Andrew, but never mind. They've played their second grade game and enjoyed it. So another goal there to the Lions. So that takes the Lions to 3 goals straight, 3 goals, 1 behind, 19. Mango boys haven't opened their scoring account yet. Remember, they had the first shot on goal and went out of bounds on the full. And really hasn't been back in their forward line since.
Yeah, no, very good start for the Lions. Straight out of the box there, 3 goals in the first 10 minutes.
There is we'd have to say a reasonable advantage with the win, but I don't know that it's not a big difference. Just the Lions are just dominating in the forward line, really. That's what it comes down to at the moment.
Yeah, they're in front there. First to the ball in that forward line. In the ruck again. Olsen taps this back to Tom Anderson. Gets a kick away downfield. It's at the feet of Dan Foley. He picks it up. Can't get his handball away clearly. Picked up by Harry Collins. Quick hands to young McDevitt there. Ball's in dispute. Arthur clears the ball with a rough old left kick, but gathering it in on that wing there is Kirk Martin. A little chip over the top here looking for Sam Martin, but it's gone over his head and over the sidelines. So
the throw-in will come in over there between the McCormack sign, Michael McCormack, member for Riverina, and Anthony Irvine, the sign rider from Temora. Michael McCormack's probably here today because one of his sons is in this Mango side. Ball's
thrown in. It's a big punch forward there by Dan Foley. Charging over the sideline there is Matty Hamlin. It'll be a throw in there in that forward pocket for the Lions.
Another throw in there. Of course, Gammain Sports Club, also good sponsors, and get up to the club there this evening. And the footy club have got their auction tonight.
Yeah, players auction tonight. 6 teams there, so there'll be plenty of players and netballers there to pick in for the auction. This ball's cleared by Mangaplar out to the far side there, gathered by Alex McCormack there. He plays on, gives a handball to Ryan Turnbull. He's wrapped up in a tackle, but Mango keep that ball moving forward. An errant handball there from Tom Smith on that occasion, gathered in by Arthur. He goes to kick forward, it's smothered, back inside to Mail. Handball, Smith is wrapped up in a tackle there. The ball's spilt free, gathered by Wheatley there. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Smith's handball smothered. Lions get a rough handball forward there. It's still in dispute here. Out to Turnbull there. He tries to pick it up. It's very scrambly at the moment. There's plenty of pressure out there.
Umpire's letting it go.
Young Lawrence kicks it off the ground there. Picked up by Sam Martin at his feet. Back inside to Matty Hamlin there. Comes back across the ground. It's over the top of Seb Hamlin's head there. Back to Seb Hamlin there. He kicks one over the top to Tommy Anderson. He's got space in front of him here. He looks to go forward. He's got George Alexander running back towards goal, but he said he doesn't need him because it's through for a goal.
Tommy Anderson pinned his ears back, and you could see those blue boots covering the ground, and there was good talk there because he knew he was clear and he had time to take another couple of steps. He's probably getting close to his full meterage, Andrew, but he had it well measured, and a good goal to Tom Anderson there coming in from that half forward area.
No, it was a very good goal by Tom, and as we said, we need those small forwards and midfielders to be kicking goals.
So the rotations are working early here. Bench changes. Jack McKegg's come off. I missed the other guys. Andrew will pick it up shortly.
Yeah, Aaron Proctor's come back on. Looks like Mitch Taylor's having a rest on the bench there at the moment. Ruck's been won there by Mangapla. Turnbull gets a handball back to Tom Smith. John O'Miles almost wrapped up in a tackle there. Gets his kick away. Gathered by Zach Forestanko there. Gets a kick high and forward there. It's going to go over the back, but it's marked by Tim Smith there for Mangapla.
Good mark from young fella there in the back pocket for Mango.
Tim Smith kicks this wide, looking for Tom Keogh on that occasion. Comes in board to John O'Mile. Takes the mark there on the halfback flank for Mango. Looks to come into Ryan Turnbull. Mango keeping possession of the ball here. Kicks picked up by McDevitt there. Quick handball to Nick Collins. Mango's running this one down, but they're under pressure here. Wrapped up in a tackle is Tom Keogh, and he's caught the ball. Good tackle there by Kai Watts.
Yeah, he had a little bit of time, but he was just under too much pressure. He took too long to get rid of it.
Kai Watts kicks this one wide, looking for Ben Walsh. Hand pass to Sam Martin. Looks to kick this one downfield. It's a low, flat kick, almost marked by Dan Foley. Going through his hands. George Alexander tries to pick this one up. Gets a rough old hand pass out. Gathered by... can't just see that player there. It's Tom Anderson on that occasion. It's out of bounds.
A throw in there, out there in front of the Harris Rural Contracting guys. Yep, young Sean Harris there with his business. Good sponsor of the club. Very busy during this sowing season.
Dan Foley and Tim Smith in the ruck on that occasion. No one wins it. It's at their feet. There's a great pack of players there trying to get this ball out. It's come out to Mangapla there, and they're wrapped up in a strong two-man tackle, and the umpire, Nathan Brooks, deemed it to be a slamming tackle there, and it's a free kick to Mangapla.
Yeah, a little bit of feeling out there, Andrew, in the back pocket.
Oh, naturally, they're two top sides here today. Ball comes across to Nick Collins. Looks to bring this ball in field there and finds Harry Collins. Looks to come wide again now, back to Nick Collins. Looks to chip over the top there and finds Matt Collins. Comes inside, finds Trent Cohellen there, the assistant coach of Mangapla. Looks to come wide again with a chipping kick, looking for, I'm not sure that player on that occasion. I think it was Matt Collins, but the umpire's going to give a free kick for caught for the ball here.
So a little bit of a let off for the Mango boys there. They got a free kick and they're going to try and clear their back line. They're going to come around. They're attacking on the wing side of the shed, the club room side of the ground here in front of the broadcast box.
The ball's going to be wrapped up and thrown up there in front of the broadcasting box.
20 minutes gone. The Lions 4 goals to 26. Mango haven't opened their scoring account yet.
Ball's gathered by Luke Lawrence. Gets a long handball in field to Palambi. He looks to send this one downfield, but underneath this one is Josh Walsh, who takes a good mark. He plays on there and kicks this ball wide, looking for Sam Martin. Almost takes the mark. Put under pressure there by his Mangapla opponent. Wrapped up in a tackle. Gets his hand pass out. Ball's in dispute there at the moment. The scragging and tackling, and picked up by Jake Wheatley. Gets to come in board here. Finds Ryan Turnbull, who takes that ball on the half-forward flank for Mangapla.
Mango will be desperate to set something up out of this and get on the board before the quarter time.
He's got numbers in the centre of the ground, and Nick Collins takes the mark here. Goes for another chip kick and finds Trent Cohellen there at centre half forward for Mango. Gets a hand pass around the corner to Harry Collins. Sends this one in long. It's going in deep. Goes through the hands of Olsen and through for a behind.
So it'll be kicked in from the road end of the ground. Kicked in by the Lions from the fullback position. Mark Bradley, the sponsor in that area. Mark Bradley, the plumbing from Coolerman. For all your plumbing needs, give Mark a ring.
Ball's been kicked out by Ben Walsh to Seb Hamlin. He kicks one over the top to his cousin Matty Hamlin. Takes the mark on the wing there. Looks to kick downfield. It's low at the feet of Connor Krebser there. Goes through his feet. Makes a tackle on his Mangapla opponent there, Jack Collins, and he's give away a free kick there to Jack Collins.
In front of the scoreboard over there, and free kick it was. Sorry, yep.
Comes inside there to Griffin. He gets a hand pass over the top to Cohelen. Back to Griffin. He's wrapped up in a tackle there by Sam Martin. And the umpire says, give it here. I'll ball it up.
So again, Mango just one behind for the... We've probably got 5 or 6 minutes to go. They'd love to get a goal on the board before quarter time, Andrew.
So over the shoulder of Matt Hamlin. Play on, the umpire says there. Gathered by Sam Martin. Handball on to Jesse Lander. On to Aaron Proctor, but it's marked by Matt Collins deep in defence there for Mangapar. They look to switch here. They've got numbers, but he goes back to the scoreboard side there, and it's marked by Nick Collins. Getting a lot of the ball across half back there, Nick Collins. He manages them well. Gets one over the top now to Trent Cohelen in the centre of the ground. They play on here. They've got Matt Collins running wide here in the wing here, chased by George Alexander. He gets a kind bounce, looks to come back in field, looking for Tom Keogh, who takes a strong mark in front of Jack McKegg. Plays on to Trent Cohelen here. Goes to kick this one downfield. Under the ball is Jacob Wheatley, and he takes one on his chest, 55 metres out from goal. Looks to move this one down quickly now. The Lions are getting back in numbers there. He's got numbers in the centre of the ground from Manga. Gets a short one to Trent Cohelen there, and he marks about 40 metres out on an acute angle for Mangaplar.
Sam Martin won't be happy with the manning up in that backline situation then for the Lions. That'll get a mention at quarter time. I think the players thought he's going to go back and have a shot, but you should never think that. You've still got a man up. So he'll come in on about 45 degrees, probably kick from 45 too, not quite. We've got a great view. We're right behind him here in the commentary position as he comes in on his right foot.
And it's drifted away to the right.
Yep.
So one behind for Mangaplar.
So they still can't get a major, the Mango boys.
Jack Sussay kicks this ball into Seb Hamlin. He looks to switch it back across to Jack Sussay. Mangaplar getting numbers across here. It's a 50-metre penalty, I think, for stepping over the mark there. Is it? No, play on, the umpire's called. Ben Walsh has got it here in the back pocket for Gan Main.
Yeah, umpire's been happy enough to let things go pretty well.
He looks to go long here on this occasion. Kai Watts is under this one. Goes through his hands. Gathered by Harry Collins, who's had a lot of the ball. Charging through is Kirk Martin. Spoils that one from Ryan Griffin. Back to Seb Hamlin. Gets a chip kick away. Looking for Kirk Martin. The ball hits the ground. Coming through. Bit of indecision there from the Lions teammates. On to Kai Watts. Onto his right foot there. But caught behind on this occasion is George Alexander. Wasn't a good delivery. And Mangaplar's Matt Collins takes the ball and kicks this wide out to Christian Palambi there on the far wing, playing on Sam Martin. Chips one over the top here. Looking for Barley Jones. Takes the mark there on the wing for Mangaplar. Just holds it up there, looking for his options.
21 minutes gone.
Ball smothered by Jack McKegg on that occasion. A little bit of indecision. And wrapped up in a tackle with Sam Martin. Can't get the handball away, and the umpire will ball it up.
Be a ball up on the outer wing there, the dying minutes of the first quarter. Mango been under a lot of pressure most of the quarter.
Dan Foley in the ruck, but it comes down to Trent Cohelen on this case. Kicks a high one, looking for Tom Keogh. He's in front position there. Regathers the ball, gets a hand pass to Palambi. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle by young Seb Hamlin there, and the umpire's given a ball up. He's given a free kick, has he?
Free kick to young Seb. That was a good tackle there.
Yeah, good strong tackle from young Seb Hamlin there.
He did have a little bit enough. He had enough time prior to do something with it. So that's
kicks this one long, looking for Olsen. It's a great strong mark there on the far wing to big Jacob Olsen on that occasion.
Yeah, also hasn't let him down. He's grabbed it.
Looks to come in field, but he's drop mark there by John O'Male. Gathered by Mangaplar there. Harry Collins has had a fair bit of the ball in this first quarter. He looks to switch it across the ground here to Arthur. It's bounced in front of him there. He gathers it in. Kicks a grubbing kick forward there. Numbers in Nick Collins. Gathers the ball up. Chased by George Alexander. Gets a good kick back inside to James Scott on that occasion. Luke Lawrence has got the ball. They're moving the ball very well here, Mangaplar. Ryan Turnbull in the centre of the ground has the ball now for the Mangaplar players. Goes to kick short here and finds Jack Collins.
So, Andrew, these Collins boys are getting more mentions than the Kardashians.
Yes, they're getting plenty of the ball at the moment. Sends this ball long. Looking for young Lawrence and Ben Walsh on this occasion. Almost marked by Lawrence. Goes through their hands. Tries to break through the tackle. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle there by his two Gairmain opponents, and the umpire will ball it up.
So it's going to be balled up 15 metres out, directly in front of the Mango goal. they'd love to get a goal before quarter time.
Dan Foley wins a tap, taps it to himself, gets one out to Mitch Taylor, who goes it, swings on his left foot, looking for Aaron Proctor around the corner kick to find Aaron Proctor there on the half-back flank for the Lions.
Lions looking to steady it a bit, coming out of the back line this time.
And he's turned it over and kicked it straight to Jack Collins on that occasion. Numbers inside there for Mango. Nick Collins has the ball here. Looks to send this long, looking for young Lawrence. He's under this one, but the ball's going over the back. He's gathered it in. He breaks the tackle almost by Dan Foley. Picked up by Palambi almost, and the ball's in dispute there. Strong tackles from everyone involved in both sides there, and the umpires found a free kick there for a high tackle on Jacob Wheatley, and he'll go back and have a shot for Mangapla.
So Mangapla have an opportunity late in the quarter to put their first major on the board. The Lions 4-2-26. Mango 2 behinds is all they've got at the moment, and won't be much time left after he kicks this goal. So he's going to come in, deliberate shot, not much more than 25 out. Should do it nicely. No, it's
through for behind, guy.
Faded away to the left. They'll be disappointed with that. They really would have given them a bit of a lift if they'd have got a goal and gone into the quarter time huddle with a goal behind them. Goal on the board. Never mind, they might mark it from the rebound when it comes in from the fullback and attack again. There's enough time, I think.
Yes, Mangapla's controlled this ball a fair bit in this second half of this first quarter for no result, no goals yet. A big long kick by Jack Susso on that occasion finds Jacob Olsen. He plays on, chips one over the top to Matty Hamlin. He looks to play on here, over the top to Aaron Proctor. It's good skills by the Lions here, and he takes the ball on the half-forward flank.
Lions have got the numbers.
Looks to move this one on, sends this one on high, looking for George Alexander on this occasion. It's gone through his hands. Ball spilled through, it's on the ground there. Charging forward is Jack McKegg. Swings around on his right foot, and he snapped a goal for the Lions.
Well played, Jack. He snabbled that off the pack, and he had enough time to swing around, glance the goals, and you don't need to give Jack McKegg too much time to look at the goals, and the goal umpire raises both flags as a result. So well played. The Lions moved it nicely out of the back line, Andrew, as they want to do. Looking to set up, they had the players and they had the drop. The Mango boys are under all sorts of pressure in that back line.
Yeah, I think that's the fifth goal for the quarter, Guy, and they're all been from snaps.
Yes. So George Alexander's been well held by his Mango opponent, but
Matt Collins is playing him very tight.
But when the ball hits the deck, the Lions runners, the Lions crummers, they're right onto it. It takes them to 5 goals to 32. Mango 3 behinds. Don't know whether there's enough time for them to score now, but they'd have to do it quickly.
So Olsen and Scott in the ruck on this occasion. They both missed the ball. Olsen gets the bounce to tap out to Michael Roffey, who sends a rough old punt downfield looking for Kai Watts, but Tim Smith's in front there. Lions barge through there. Matty Hamlin trying to pick this one up. Can't gather it. Play on, says the umpire. Aaron Proctor's gathered it. Gets a hand pass out. And it's a free kick there to Mangapla.
This will take the pressure off momentarily.
Griffin takes this one. Kicks this one wide.
So there it is, the quarter time siren. The Lions 5-2-32. Mango no goals, 3 behinds. Andrew, the Lions coach Sam Martin, he'll be happy with that opening quarter. He'd be very happy, I'd say, with their attack on the. And even as we mentioned that George Alexander hasn't dominated, but he's brought the ball to ground, and the Lions crummers have done the rest.
Yeah, now Sam Martin will be very happy with the results they've got from that quarter. It was pretty even quarter possession-wise. Mangapla looked to control that ball through the centre and keep possession and work it forward. It's just that when they got into their forward 50, they didn't have many options to get a goal.
Yeah, well, we'll see what the Mango boys can come out with in the second quarter. They will have the benefit of what breeze there is. Not a lot, but that might be a little bit of a psychological advantage to them. But we'll be back with the second quarter shortly.
Now coming to the bench on that occasion for the Lions is Zach Forostenko, Lockie Parker and Connor Krebser.
So we might just give Andrew to mention the officials, the umpires here today, as we normally do. We didn't have time before the game. So, Andrew, who have we got?
Yeah, well, Nathan Brooks, number 21, there umpiring today, and Callum Logan there. Callum is number 25. I'm just not sure our other umpire, number 9, but we'll look that one up.
So we're going to start the second quarter. The Lions 5-2, 32. Mango, no goals, 3 behinds, 3 points. Central umpire waiting for goal umpires to get to position. Making sure everyone's off the ground. The kids love to have a kick of the footy on the ground at country footy.
Olsen and Smith. Olsen wins the ruck down to Aaron Proctor, but smothered by Ryan Turnbull on that occasion. Picked up by Trent Cohallen. Can't get his hand pass away, and the ball's locked in there, and it'll be a ball up once again.
So fight for possession. Ball up just a couple of metres off the square, off the centre.
Olsen wins a tap on that occasion. It's gone through hands there. Pushing the back. Play on, says the umpire. Comes out the back here to Tom Keogh. Switches this one wide. Looking for Palambi. Finds him on that far wing. He plays on quickly. Mangapla spread well here. Ryan Turnbull's got it on the far wing. Chips it over the top there. Looking for Luke Lawrence. Takes the mark on that far wing. So send this one down long. Looking for Wheatley at his feet there. Well picked up. Gets his hand pass away. Can't be picked up there by the opposition in the Lions. Charging through there is Seb Hamlin, but the umpire
we'll
so ball it up.
Ball in dispute out there, and not quite in front of the scoreboard. Not far in from the boundary.
Umpire Brooks throws it up. Olsen wins the ruck. Comes down to Turnbull. Gets his kick away there, but in front is Josh Walsh on that occasion. Takes a low diving mark. Looks to switch it on this out to Jack Sussay in the goal square there. Brings it on to Michael Rothney in that half-back flank. Running onto it here is Kirk Mahon. He sent this one long. It'll be a challenge here. Gone through the hands of Mark. Mahon picked up by Turnbull. He's got a lot of the ball at the moment. Swings it back on his left. Sends this one high. Underneath it is a pack there. Almost marked by Luke Walsh. Drags it back in. Gets a handball out. Onto Jack McKegg. Onto Aaron Proctor. He runs into trouble there, and it's over the sidelines. There'll be a throw in.
So a throw in front of the dressing sheds here on the wing at the Gammain Sports Ground. Andrew, you mentioned Michael Rothney. We've got some information from the president, Jason Hamlin, that Michael Rothney got his jumper taken in by a seamstress up at Orange through the week. He didn't like the fit of the jumper, so he wanted it to fit his body better. So there's a tip for young players of the future.
Yeah, the Lions playing in their heritage jumper this year. 40 years since they amalgamated. Gammain Grong Madong. As this ball comes into Matty Hamlin there across half-back for the Lions. Gets a kick away to Jack McKegg. He's almost wrapped up in a tackle onto Tom Anderson. Hand pass back to Mitch Taylor. Coming back the wrong way. Gets one to Sam Martin. Looks to kick this one wide. Finds Rothney clear on the wing there in front of the broadcasting box. Moves this one on to Aaron Proctor. Looks to downfield for Alexander, but he's behind on this occasion, and it's got in the sun in the eyes there of Tim Smith. Alexander gets it back to Lander, and the ball's going over the sideline and out of bounds.
So the ball will be thrown in out there in front of the Jupiter Motors. Good automotive people there out in Dobney Avenue in Wagga Wagga.
So Foley in the ruck. No one opposing him on this occasion. Tries to grab it out of the ruck and misses. Gathered by Rothney. Hand pass back to Aaron Proctor. Sends this one in high and long. Pack under this occasion. Up high is Scott and punches this one over the sidelines.
So once again, ball in. Coolman Butchery, that area there. Good people to have on your side if you're looking for quality meat.
Up in the ruck is Foley and Scott on this occasion. The ball's punched down. Gathered by Jesse Lander. Tries to get his kick away. It's a grubbing kick picked up there by Scott, and Nick Collins is taken over the sidelines there by Kai Watts, and it'll be a throw in.
So once again, Andrew, the Mango boys under pressure in that back line. The Lions are attacking, come out attacking.
Foley and Scott in the ruck once again. Foley tries to gather that one in. It's gone over the back. Michael Rothney picks it up, tries to get a hand pass away. And the umpires found a free kick going to James Scott there for Mangapla. Gets a hand pass away to Nick Collins. Looks to send this one wide. Racing for the ball is McDevitt. Takes it out in front of Seb Hanlon. Looks to come in field there, but it's cut off by Sam Martin. Gathers this one in. Sends a chip pass in short to Tom Anderson. And he looks to have a shot. He's going to have to kick this from about 45 metres into a slight breeze.
Yeah, he's pointing to the umpire that he'd like his opponent moved back a little bit on the mark, but the umpire's not buying any of that. He's been around long enough to know that's where the mark was taken. As Tom Anderson comes in, he's run around the mark to try and get some extra yardage, but he fails to make the distance altogether.
Ball's hit the ground there. Kai Watts gathered it in, tries to kick it towards the goals, but it's gone through the behinds there, and it'll be a kick in for Mangapla.
So eventually the ball went through for a behind. Mango will kick out from the fullback position. They go out to the right hand side of the ground. They go around try to go around the scoreboard wing.
Nick Collins to Harry Collins to John O'Male, and finds Trent Cohellen on that half-back flank there. Ball's been held up on this occasion now. Looks to come back in field to Harry Collins.
Yeah, not a lot of options. He didn't have any men free out there, Andrew. They're looking to try and get
goes back to his
numbers,
brother deep in defence here, Matt Collins. The Lions trying to exhaust all those avenues for Mangapla to get it out. Back to Harry Collins. They've brought it across to the broadcasting side. He goes to come in field there and finds Luke Lawrence, but he's dropped a mark he should have took. Gathered by Roffney. Matt Hamlin swings around on his right foot looking for Tommy Anderson. It's gone over his head, but he's gathered it in at his feet. Tries to pick it up, swings around. It's another snap, and he's missed it through for a behind.
A little bit of a let off there for Mango, Andrew. They when you come back across the front of goal, everything's got to go right. Otherwise, it can go pear-shaped, which it nearly did.
Tom Keogh to kick this one in for Mangapla. Decides to go long and high. Under this one is Ben Walsh. Almost takes the mark. The ball hits the ground. He tries to drag it back in there, and the umpire's going to call for a ball up.
We've had a lot of ball ups today, even though it's not cold, wet or windy, but just the way the game is.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure out there still, and this quarter started very, very scraggly. It's not very good, many good skills at the moment. Palambi has this one on the wing, tries to bring it back inside and finds Turnbull on that occasion, who's got the ball on the wing there. Been playing very well for Mangapla today. Kicks the ball forward there and finds Jack Collins in front of the scoreboard. He's starved of options there at the moment, still searching. He's telling his teammates to go long. He puts this one high. Under the ball here is Lawrence, but a good strong mark there to Jacob Olsen there in defence for the Lions.
Mr. Reliable.
Looks to switch this ball. Michael Roffney's got a paddock of room in front of him here. Takes one bounce, two bounces. Chips this one in short and finds Tommy Anderson.
Tom Anderson's racking up a fair few possessions, Andrew.
Goes back in ball, Darren Proctor there. He can straighten the lines up on this occasion. He's got George Alexander over the back, but this one's going to float forward, and it's been marked by Tim Smith for Mangapla.
Yeah, a bit of a miss kick there, and going into the breeze. Once you've got a miss kick, it's going to fall short.
James Scott's got the ball for Mangapla deep in the pocket here. Goes to chip one over the top to Harry Collins, who marks in front of Kirk Mann. Mitch Bloomfield's got the ball on the wing here for the Mangapla. Kicks it high, looking for Smith. Over the back is Olsen. He can't hold on to it. Picked up by Lawrence. Gets a hand pass on to Alex McCormack. Kicks one on the outside of his right foot, but in front there is Luke Walsh for the Lions. Sends this one back to Michael Roffney. Takes one in front of the Mangapla box. Looks to come inside there. He's found Josh Walsh. He plays on. No one on the mark. Chips one over the top looking for Tommy Anderson. Bounces at his feet. He gathers it in there. Swings on his left foot and finds Matty Hamlin. Is it a mark? The umpire's going to pay it. It was very close to being touching the ground, but the umpires called it a mark.
We'll be interested to look at that one on the video later on, but Matty claimed that he wasn't going to let the umpire think the ball hit the ground first. But anyway, he's going to line up. He's probably going to kick from
50
outside. He's probably going to have to kick from the 50.
Kick on its way. Didn't drop on the foot too great. It's in the square. Dan Foley under this one. Gathers it in, tries to kick it off the ground. Hand pass out the back by George Alexander. Grabbed by Connor Krebser. On to Roffney here. Swings around on his right and he's dobbed it. The bit going on after he's kicked it, but that's a goal to the Lions.
Yeah, never in doubt. Once he got hold of that ball, Andrew, he had enough time to glance up at the goals and snapped it onto that right foot. Not sure what's caused that little melee there, but probably not much in it.
I think it could be a free kick here to Mangapla in the centre of the ground on that occasion.
So the goal won't stand. That'd be the case, would it?
Not sure, Guy. We'd have to get...
We'll have to watch the... So free kick to Mango after the result of that little melee back in the centre of the ground.
Tom Smith kicks the ball to Mitch Bloomfield. On this occasion, he's got the ball on the wing there. Looks to send it down long. Chips this one up high. Under it's Ben Walsh on this occasion. Ball goes through his hands. Tried to be picked up there by John O'Mall. Alex McCormack gathers. Hand pass out to Tom Smith. Kicks this one high. Under the ball is Seb Hamlin. It's gone over the back there, and McDevitt's grubbered this one through for a behind. It's hit the post.
Hit the post. He couldn't. Mango just can't buy a goal for the moment, Andrew. So
Jason Dunsell will be appalled with that one, Guy.
Yeah. He'd be saying, why on earth did he try and dribble that? Why wouldn't he try and kick it through on the full?
He had all the time in the world to straighten up and kick that one.
So that goal at the other end by the Lions, it doesn't stand. So the Lions 5-4, 34. Mango 4 behinds. 4 points.
Matty Hamlin has this one on the wing for the Lions, looking for Dan Foley. He's gone underneath this one. It's gone over the back there. Jack McKegan, Tim Smith contest the ball, and it's going to be a ball up there on that far half forward flank.
Yeah, once again, a little bit of scrambly play out there.
Foley in the ruck there, picked up by Mangapla here. The ball's kicked downfield, but it's marked by Mitch Taylor on that far wing for the Lions. Looks to come in field, finds Luke Walsh. He looks to switch. He's got Ben Walsh here on the halfback flank, all on his own.
Lions with numbers on the attacking side of the ground.
Gets a hand pass to Seb Hamlin. He's looking for George Alexander on this occasion. He's leading out strongly. He gets the free kick. He's tripped as he's gone to mark that one.
Yeah, I think that was there all the way. That he was. George Alexander put a strong lead on. He was always going for the ball, and I think his opponent, in desperation, he grabbed him a bit low and brought him down. So George Alexander's going to kick from about 45 degrees, 45 metres out. He'll have a little bit of breeze coming over his right shoulder. That shouldn't worry him though, the way he started the season. He comes in on his right foot.
Kick's not going to quite make it, and it's tapped through for a behind.
Tapped off the pack for a behind. So, yeah, a little bit, probably the breeze held it up a little bit. Nothing, accuracy was there, but the time it spent in the air, Andrew, probably lost a bit of its energy.
Yep. So Nick Collins to bring the ball back in for Mangapla.
Bit of a let off there for Mango. The Lions have done a lot of attacking, not much scoring this quarter.
We find Matt Collins on the halfback flank for Mangapla. Lions are guarding the territory strongly here. He's looking to go in field, but it's ball's turned over there, picked up by Lockie Parker. On to Matty Hamlin. Tries to kick this one forward into the pocket there. Racing for this is Connor Krebser, but it's been tapped over the sideline out on the full, and it's a free kick there to Matty Collins out on the full.
Another let off for Mango. They'll try and clear it from the boundary there with a free kick.
As we see George Alexander come to the bench after that last marking contest. This ball's kicked high under. This is Dan Foley, takes a good strong mark. Gets a handball away quickly to Ben Walsh. Chips this one over the top. It's dropped there by Nick Collins. Gathered by Connor Krebser. Tom Anderson, it's wrapped up in a tackle there. The umpire will ball it up.
I didn't see George. Was he hobbling, Andrew? Was there suspicion of injury, do you think? Or?
Yeah, he was hobbling there. He had that foot operation last year. Hope it's not a reoccurrence of that.
And the Lions bench, they won't want to take any risks with George. They've got a good lead at the moment, and if there's any doubt about an injury, they'll want to check it out. Good
pressure by the Lions on that occasion there, forcing Mangapla to kick that one out on the full, and the kick will be taken by Connor Krebser here. He's a left footer. He fancies himself there. He's going to go back and have a shot at this one.
What are the chances, Andrew? What's the chances from there?
Well, he's kicked a few goals on occasions before. He sends this one in. It's looking good off the boot. There is Olsen. The ball's hit the ground, and Mangapla handball it through the goals there.
Once again, another let off for the Mango boys. They're going to kick it in from the true fullback position.
Kicks one short, finds Collins. Harry Collins to Nick Collins there.
15 minutes gone in the quarter.
Lions making it very difficult for Mango to get this ball out of defence. He kicks this one high to the wing. Under it is Matt Collins there. It's gone over the back of the pack there. Tom Smith runs into this one. Gets a favourable bounce. Kicks the left foot, but he's got no one there to kick to. It's all Josh Walsh on his own. Looks to bring this ball back and finds his brother Ben there in front of the grandstand. Brings this ball back into Josh Walsh. Takes a mark there. Looking for Mitch, back to Ben Walsh again. It's keepings off here by the Lions. Kicks in short, finds Aaron Proctor.
Quite a few possessions for Proctor, Andrew.
Yes, he's having a good game again today, Guy. Really loved the conditions last week against Coolaman. Hard and tough at the coalface. Matty Hamlin's got this ball. He switches it wide. Out to Forostenko on that far wing. Chips one forward to Kirkman. Centre of the ground. Lions look to register their first goal for the quarter. He's kicked this one long. Coming under this is Roffney on this occasion. Takes a good diving chest mark and he'll have a shot at goal. We're about 45 metres out. The ball's been holding up in this breeze.
So he flicks up a bit of grass to check the breeze, and he'll need to start it, aim it probably at the right goal post. He'll kick, as Andrew said, he'll have to kick from 45, so it'll have to be a good kick. But
he looks to pass this one. I didn't even know if Tommy Anderson was expecting that, but he's put his hands up and marked that one about 30 metres out.
He disguised that pass pretty well, Andrew.
Yeah.
He was looking at the goals, and at the last minute he spotted up Tommy Anderson, who you rightly said he was not expecting it, but he was good enough to take it in.
So he's gone back and he's missed to the right-hand side, Tom.
So the Lions not quite converting how they'd like. The Mango have stemmed the scoring, but they haven't scored themselves, and the Lions are peppering the behinds.
Yes, Gammane's had plenty of the forward 50 entries this quarter, but haven't got a goal on the board. As Luke Lawrence kicks this one high, looking for Cowan. It's gone through the hands of the pack. Ball's on the ground, gathered by Aaron Proctor. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle by McDevitt there, and the umpire will ball it up.
So ball up in front of the commentary position on the wing side of the clubroom side of the Gammane Sports Ground.
Foley gets a hand pass out here to Mitch Taylor. Gives this one on the boundary line. Swings around on his trusty left foot. Sends this one in high. Under it is Matty Hamlin. And it's a good mark to Nick Collins on that occasion. Playing a very good game for Mangapla.
Yeah, he's one of the standouts in their back line.
Ex-Neefle player for the Canberra Devons. Kicks this one high, looking for McDevitt, but it's punched clear by Mitch Taylor. Charging through. It's a free kick there to James Scott on that occasion for a high tackle, and he'll take the kick for Mangapla.
Once again, Mango, a bit of a let-off. They'll try and build from this. They're really looking to score a goal before half-time. 20 minutes, not quite 20 minutes gone in the quarter.
Kicks this one high in front of the grandstand there. Under this is Foley. It's gone over the back of the pack. Gathered by Luke Walsh. Hand pass back to Luke Lawrence. Back to Jack Collins. Gets his kick away. Under this one is Tom Kerr, who marks it just in front of the Mangapla box. Looks to move this on quickly. Swings back around on his right foot. Sends this one long. No one in the goal square. The ball's rolling, and through for a behind.
Yeah, all the Mango guys are up the ground a little bit. That's tends to what happens. You get sucked up the ground when you're doing a lot of defending, and he had nothing to aim at there, so he just had to go for broke.
Jack Sussay kicks this one into Kirkman there. Holds it up across halfback for the Lions there. Looks for a switch now. Finds Josh Walsh in the opposite back pocket. Goes kick short to Lockie Parker there. Takes the mark on the halfback flank for the Lions. Lions looking to keep possession here. Kicks one back across to Forostenko. He looks to play on. Chips a little short one to Mitch Taylor. Just got through the hands of his Mangapla opponent. On to Luke Walsh. Tries to gather this one at his feet. Gets hold of it, but he's wrapped up in a strong tackle. Good tackle by Roffney there. Forostenko's dragged over the sidelines, and the umpire will throw it in.
A ball in directly below the broadcast box here at Gammane Sports Ground. So one of the Mango guys is limping there with a bad ankle.
Young Bailey Jones is in that tackle, sort of twisted knee there on that occasion. The ball's thrown in by their boundary umpire, Boston McCree.
I don't think we'll see much more of him.
No, it looks a injury that might put him out for the rest of the game. On to Mitch Taylor here, kicks one up on his left foot. Under this, Jack McKagan, Jack Collins. Jack Collins reads it better. Gets one back to his brother, Matt. On to Lukey Lawrence, wrapped on a tackle by Jesse Lander. Gathered by Matty Hamlin, swings around onto his left boot. Sun in their eyes on this occasion, but well read by Jacob Olsen. He takes a strong mark over Tim Smith there. And go back and have a shot from about 15 metres out, virtually straight in front.
The tall timber of Olsen with those long arms up, he stood his ground. They couldn't reach him. He had best, probably did have the sun in his eyes, but a bit of experience in also. He saw the ball coming and he was good enough to mark it. As I said, comes in, only going to be 15 metres out, straight over the goal umpire's head. Bread and butter for also. So the Lions, after scoring quite a few behinds, they've managed to get a goal late in the quarter. 20 minutes gone, so still time for either side to register some more majors. So that takes the Lions to 6 goals 7. That'll be 6-7 43, and the Mango boys still to register a goal, just 5 behinds, 5 points. So they'll be really desperate, Andrew, to get one before half time.
Foley and Smith in the ruck on that occasion. Gathered by Trent Cahalan there. Kicks this one long. Under it is Ben Walsh and takes a strong mark. Looks to switch it wide to Sam Martin in front of the scoreboard there. He takes a good mark. Just holds it up. Comes in field and finds Kirk Marn there on the wing for the Lions. Chips it wide. Looking for Tommy Anderson. He's gathered it in. Looking short, but it's a good mark by Lockie Parker there on the half-forward flank. Swings around on his right foot, sends this one in long, but Collins has run forward and marked this on his chest. He'll look to send this back. Goes wide. He's got Trent Cahalan deep on that boundary line there on the half-back flank. Looks to come in field now. He's got Ryan Turnbull inside there on his own. He takes a mark. Looking to switch it here. Forced to do a couple of pirouettes. A second pirouette, wrapped up in a tackle, he's caught with the ball.
Yeah, he was always in trouble there. He hesitated and thought, well, he'd handball it, and then he couldn't handball it. So the result is a turnover and a free kick for the Lions right on the 50.
Aaron Proctor sends this one in and almost marked by Tommy Anderson. Good punch away there by Tim Smith. Gathered by Griffin. Kicks this one long and wide to Palambi. Drops the mark there. Gathered by Sam Martin. Lockie Parker back to Aaron Proctor. He's almost tackled by Turnbull. Chips one forward to Jesse Lander, but it's gone over his head and over the boundary line.
So the throw-in out there will be in front of the Gammain Hotel under new ownership, as we know. So if you can, get down to the Gammain Hotel through the week and after training, have a cold one perhaps.
Foley and Smith in the ruck on this occasion. Up it goes. It's gone over the back. No one touches. Charging through is Lockie Parker. He sends this one high and long. Under it. Players are holding here. Umpire Callum Logan's paid one for holding there against Tim Smith, and it'll go to Mitch Taylor, and the Lions will get another goal right on the siren.
So that'll take the Lions to 7 goals 7. So there'll be 7-7 49. Right at half-time interval.
Yes, it was a sort of scrappy old quarter, that one, Guy. As I say, Mangappa trying to control that ball across half-back there, looking for that out avenue, and the Lions are doing very well closing all the escape routes, and nothing shows better on that last occasion with Ryan Turnbull having no one to kick to.
Yep.
2 or 3 pirouettes and then wrapped up in a strong tackle by Aaron Proctor.
Yeah, that little bit of indecision because he had nothing to aim at down the ground. So yeah, the Lions very strong across the half-back. They haven't allowed the Mango boys any clean entry. When they have taken it in, they've taken it in and been under pressure. As a result, that's why you see no goals and 5 behinds. Little bit of the Lions, a little bit of ordinary kicking, you might say. They've had a few more opportunities, and so the Mango boys a little bit of a let off that the Lions aren't further ahead with that conversion rate. But anyway, we'll see what the third quarter brings, Andrew.
Yeah, that's right, Guy. We'll be back for the third quarter shortly.
So the umpires have summoned the players to take their positions for the start of the third quarter here at the Gammain Sports Ground. Andrew's just got the information on the third umpire, so we'll get that information from Andrew.
Yeah, thanks very much to our grounds manager Mick Walsh. Umpire Luke Bell is the third umpire there today, number 9.
And Andrew, you went into the sheds at half time. You've got a little bit of an injury update on George Alexander.
Yes, unfortunately George Alexander's out of the game for the Lions. He's had an injury to a pectoral muscle there, sustained last week, and copped a knock to it again today. So yeah, he's out of the game.
So initially we all thought, of course, that having that foot injury last year, but so that injury's a long way from his foot, so that's a bit of a let-off, we reckon. So yeah, we're probably happy with that, if he can be happy with an injury.
So the Lions are down to 2 on the bench.
The Lions will have the breeze.
Olsen and Smith in the ruck on that occasion, and Mangapla take the ball away through Collins, who's moved into the midfield. On top of the ball here is Mitch Bloomfield. Trying to get it free is Jack Collins, gets the ball forward. Jack Sussay tries to pick that one up, slips over. On to Seb Hamlin, gets his kick away to Jack McKegg out here. Ball's kicked off the ground by Griffin. It's racing towards the sideline, and he's quite happy for it to go over. And it'll be a throw on in front of the broadcasting box.
Good pressure by Jack McKegg. His opponent didn't have time to pick up the ball because he was under too much pressure. He would have been tackled immediately. So they've chased it out over the boundary line.
Olsen wins the ball on that occasion. Back to Jesse Lander, dodges around one bloke and kicks this one long. Under the ball is Tom Anderson, also marked by Arthur. Back to Anderson. He's pushed in the back. Play on, says the umpire. Gathered by Jack McKegg, picked up by Griffin. Back to Palambi there. Gets one back to Scott. Looks to send this one wide to Goellen, and he marks in front of the Mangapla box there. Looks to chip this one over the top and finds Turnbull. On the wing there in front of the grandstand. Comes inside, goes through the hands of Collins. Missed that mark. Tried to pick it up as Mitch Taylor gets his hands on it. Back to Aaron Proctor, to Jesse Lander. On to Mick Hamlin. Looks to send this in long to Kai Watts, who's over the back. Almost marks. It's gone through his hands and over the sidelines for a throw-in. I think he's hurt himself on that occasion, Guy.
Kai Watts has come down, landed heavily. He couldn't take the mark. He was pressured out of it eventually. And it's gone across there and it'll be thrown in front of the Harris Contracting. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, Sean Harris, very busy all year now with the cropping and the spreading and the spraying and what have you.
Foley and Scott in the ruck there, picked up by Tom Anderson. Gets his hand pass high, gathered by Mangapla here. Kick smothered by Kai Watts there. Luke Walsh picks this up on the wing there, gets a rough old hand pass away to Kirkman, gets one on to Jesse Lander. Looks to send this one back in long. He's put it high. Under this is Tim Smith and takes a strong mark.
Yeah, good mark in the last line there by the Mango boy. Andrew, it's a little bit rinse and repeat. The Mango player have come out and they've still under pressure in that back line.
Yeah, looking to clear it out of the back line there. It's Harry Collins gets this on to Griffin, on to Nick Collins. Gets this wide to Arthur, on that occasion. Kicks it down to the wing, finds Mail for Mango on that far wing.
You've called him a fair bit. He's racked up a fair few possessions, Andrew, too.
He's been a noted goal kicker for Mango the last 2 weeks. He comes inside to Nick Collins. Kicks it forward to Jack Collins in the centre of the ground there. Mangapla looking to work this one forward. He goes back wide, looking for Arthur. He's gathered in, kicks one over the top. Contest there, gathered by Jesse Lander, picked up by Matt Hamlin now. Looks to bring this back in field. Almost marked by Lawrence, gone through his hands there. Gathered by Tom Keogh, back to Arthur. Sends this one in long and finds Palambi on his own on that half-forward flank.
Another guy that's racked up a fair few possessions.
Yeah, ex-Queanbeyan, Christian Palambi.
He's taking his kick out in front of the Gammain Bakery there.
He goes to bring it in field there. It's at the feet of Tom Smith. Charging through is Jesse Lander. Intercepts that handball and kicks this one high to Watts and Smith. They both clash into each other and fall over. Watts taps it on there, but he's held on to her as he goes for that ball, and it's a free kick to Kai Watts.
you're never in any doubt as to when Kai Watts thinks he might be able to get the umpire to give him a free kick. I'm not saying it wasn't there, but he was he played pretty well. He tacked the ball, and the Mango guy did grab his jumper when he wasn't in possession. Hence, he's going to kick for goal, probably 35, 40 metres out, 45-degree angle. Breeze shouldn't worry him. Comes in on his left foot.
And it's drifted to the left, through for a behind.
As what happens when you give a guy a rap, he sprays it, and he sprayed it across.
Exactly, Guy, exactly.
Sprayed it across to the left.
Kai would be disappointed with that.
Never mind that. The Lions will concentrate trying to rebound it when Mango kicks it in from the fullback position.
Collins has the ball, Nick Collins. Lions are zoning pretty well there. Goes to send this one long and wide, looking for James Scott. And it's a mark to Ben Walsh on that occasion. No play on, said the umpire. And it's a good tackle there by Seb Hamlin on that occasion. He wins the free kick. Looks to chip this one over the top there, looking for Dan Foley on a good lead, and he marks it about 40 metres out on a fairly tight angle.
Dan Foley made terrific position there. He kept his eyes on Seb Hamlin, who's also had a number of possessions, and Seb did the rest. A lovely little deft pass, and so Dan comes in on his right foot, not going to make the distance, and marked by Manga player in the last line.
Yeah, marked by James Scott on that occasion. Come off the side of the boot there, inside of the boot there, Dan Foley on that one, and Scott's taken the mark. He looks to chip it over the top here, but Mitch Taylor's almost cut that off, and it's over the boundary line. It'll be a throw in.
He's thrown in that there in front of the sports club. Good sponsors of the Lions, have been for 40 years, like a lot of their sponsors, and looking forward to a good night tonight with the players' auction.
Foley and Scott in the ruck here. Scott gets it over the back. The ball's in dispute at the moment there. Wrapped up in a tackle is Griffin.
Yeah, be another ball up.
The umpire will throw it up there about 35 metres out in front of Gambain's goals.
The Lions, 8-8-56. Mango still haven't recorded a major. 5 behinds, 5 points.
And it's wrapped up again there, and the umpire, Luke Bell, will throw the ball up. Under this is Dan Foley. He gets this one out of the ruck, snaps it back on his right foot, and it's through for a behind.
Another behind. Dan Foley racking up a lot of possessions, Andrew. He works strong around that half forward.
Yeah, he's worked very hard today, Dan, in the ruck and up forward.
Keeps busy as Mango's. We wait for Mango to kick in from the fullback position.
Nick Collins has it once again.
Not a lot of options. He's looking, trying to gain as much distance as he can to clear this area.
Sends it wide on that occasion, charging through is Ben Walsh. He can't pick it up. It's gathered by Luke Lawrence there. Kicks this ball downfield. Bounces the feet of John O'Male. Gets one inside there. On to Ryan Griffith. Back to Male. Gets his kick forward to Jacob Whitley in the centre of the ground. He tries to play on. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle. The ball's spilled free. Griffin's turned it over to Jack McKegg, who chips one all to Matty Hamlin, all on his own. He can run his 10 metres and have a shot, and he's kicked it.
Never in doubt, straight over the goal umpire's head, and the Lions players were clapping long before that ball went through for a goal down there at the northern end of the ground. So, yeah, Mango, once again, they broke down across that. They can clear it, but they really can't penetrate over their half-forward line. The Lions just too strong across the centre and the half-back.
Relentless pressure there from the Lions there. Forced the turnover. And
once Matty Hamlin saw he had space, he was able to steady. If he thought he was in trouble, he had the opportunity to chip it over, but he was good enough to line up and kick a goal.
Olsen grabs this one out of the ruck, gets a hand pass away to Tom Anderson, kicks it on his left foot forward. It's a barrelling torpedo, and it's onto the chest of Michael Roffey. Chips this one in low and hard and straight onto the chest of Matty Hamlin, who plays on to Kai Watts. It's at his feet, but he swings around on his left foot and gets another one for the Lions.
Unselfishly that time, Matty Hamlin brought Kai Watts into the play, chipped it over to him. Even though they made it a little bit hard, Kai Watts had to pick the ball up, but he was good enough, and he got on that favoured left foot. And we've said before, once he gets on that left foot with a bit of a sniff of the goals, Andrew, he rarely misses. So the Lions straightening up their kicking a little bit now.
Yeah, that'll give Kai a bit of confidence.
So Mango
on the scoreboard,
still under enormous pressure. The Lions this quarter, they do have what breeze there is. They've got that assistance, but it's that the breeze we're talking about is not as not making the scoreboard difference. It's the Lions too strong across the centre and the half-back.
Olsen and Smith in the ruck. Olsen taps it down to his feet, gathered by Lockie Parker. Gets a hand pass out, picked up by Palambi, gathered by Roffney there, and he's wrapped up in a tackle, and the umpire will ball it up once again.
10 minutes gone, third quarter at the Gammain Sports Ground.
Olsen taps this down to his left. Nick Collins at the fall of the ball. Gets a hand pass to Cohellan. On to Ryan Turnbull. He ducks under it. Play on, says the umpire. Nick Collins gets it, kicks it down long, looking for John O'Male, who's moved deeper for Mangaplara and takes a mark on the 50. The far side chips it over the top, but cutting off well is Seb Hamlin there. It's good play by the young fella.
Started the season off well, Andrew, and he's in the third game today, the third game of the round. He's having a strong game too.
That's a bit of an errant kick on that occasion, and it's come back in field, gathered by Mangapla here. Kicked it long for Ostenko under this one. Spills a mark there. Coming through is Kirkman. He's wrapped up in a tackle, gets his hand pass away to McDevitt. Kicks this one back in field, and it's marked by Sam Mart there, mopping up for the Lions. On to Jack Sussay. Pushes out that far wing. Kicks it forward, picked up by Palambi on that occasion though. He goes to swing it back in. It's low at the feet of Turnbull. He can't pick it up. He's grabbed onto by Kirkman there and receives a free kick. He'll have a shot on goal.
Bit of a relief there for Mango, because the pass, the option was certainly there, but the pass wasn't. It was too much of a molly grubber. But they were fortunate enough to they've pulled in a free kick, and they're going to kick from a little bit more than 40. Shouldn't be any problem with this distance. He's kicking into a little bit of a breeze. The ball might hold up a little bit. See what he can do. They'd be desperate to get a major on the board. 12 minutes gone, third quarter. Not often Mango would be held to goalless to this stage of the game, Andrew.
Kick's good off the boot, but it's drifted to the right, and it's through for a behind. So it continues on.
Once again, Mango can't buy a major. They're desperate for a major to get them out of the doldrums on the scoreboard.
Ben Walsh brings it in field to Jack Sussay. Sends this one long, and over the back is Kirk Barn, all on his own.
Lions with numbers attacking.
Looks to come in field there and finds Lockie Parker. He's held up there in the centre of the ground.
Lions have got numbers on the spread and also down the centre.
Looking for Olsen. He's running out to this one. It's gone through his hands over the back. Grabbed by Tim Smith. He chips this one wide. Sam Martin and Palambi race for the ball. Sam Martin gains front position. Picks this one up. He's wrapped up in a tackle by Malambi, but gets his hand pass away to Jack McKegg. Awkward bounce there. Aaron tackle. Proctor's grabbed high, but play on, says the umpire. Goes to go forward, and it's marked by Smith.
Umpire paid the advantage. May not have been a lot of advantage, because the ball dropped short when he didn't have a lot of time to kick in the finish. Never mind.
Through the hands of Tom Kerr on that occasion, but Jack McKegg gets his kick away, and I
think he's paying the high tackle.
High tackle on Jack McKegg, free kick.
Prior to his disposal, so.
He's 50 metres out on that far half forward flank. He kicks this one high to the square, looking for Olsen. He's under it, but it's well spoiled there by Tim Smith, and over the sideline it goes.
No, one behind we've
got. One behind was a guy, yep.
Umpire. So again, Mango will bring it in from the true fullback position. He's looking for, he hasn't got the ball yet, but they've just been short of options, Andrew, when they're under enormous pressure from when they bring this ball in. They really haven't been able to take it away, and this gives, if they can't take it away, it gives the Lions an opportunity to score another goal while it's inside their 50.
Yeah, it's a floating kick forward. It's dropped by Mitch Taylor on that occasion. He's grabbed, but play on, says the umpire. Gathered by Jack Collins. Kicks this one high. Under it is Ben Walsh. Almost takes the mark. Play on, says the umpire. Goes to his knees. Gets one out the back to Kirkman, to Mitch Taylor. Gets one over the top to Ben Walsh. Back to Jack Sussay. Little chip kick to Forostenko. Zach Forostenko's got it in front of the grandstand. Looks to send this one in long and low. He's got Lockie Parker in the centre of the ground. He looks to play on. He's got Olsen deep. Over the back is Kai Watts. Gone through the hands of Olsen. Picked up by Trent Cahellan. Mangapla looked to switch it across the far side now. Tim Smith gets his kick away, but it's out over the sideline, and it was a very good late closing tackle there. Pressure from Connor Krebser on that occasion. Forced the kick out of bounds.
So he's going to kick from, he'll bring it in there in front of the McCormack sign. Michael McCormack, member for Riverina. Election in full swing, but we don't want to talk politics here today. We've had enough of it, I believe.
Tommy Anderson has ball in hand on the boundary line. Sends this one on its way. The umpire has called a behind.
Yeah, it's drifted to the right. Not surprisingly, the breeze was coming across him there. So again, Mango to bring it in from the fullback position. It's like a cracked record, I'm calling it.
They look to come up the centre of the ground on this occasion. They can get that first kick in. It's that second and third one where they have trouble. And Lockie Parker's intercepted this one and sends it back over their heads and through for another goal.
Just as we've called a number of times, Mango, they just cannot clear that half-back area. Andrew, they turned it over, and Lockie Parker, he's swooped on it. Couldn't believe his luck. He had room in front of him to go forward and have a set shot virtually on the run straight over the goal umpire's head. Scoreboard reads the Lions 11-11, 77. Mango, no goals, 6 behinds, so that's 6 points. Obviously they'll be desperate, they'll be more than desperate. 15 gone, third quarter.
Umpire's called a free kick there, the back of the pack there to Jack Collins. Got thrown out the back there without the ball, so he'll take the ball in the centre of the ground for Mangapla. Looks to send this one long and high. Under it is Luke Walsh and John O'Male. Luke Walsh gets his hands to it. The ball falls forward and players dive on this one here, and umpire Nathan Brooks will ball it up.
So what can Mango do out of this? Can they crumb it?
Foley wins the ruck straight down to Lockie Parker, the last goal kicker, and the ball's wrapped up again. Up they go. Smith and Foley at the feet of Matty Hamlin. Gets his kick away.
Good clearing kick from the pack.
Ball's rolling forward. In a chaser it is Scott and Kai Watts. And the ball's gone over the sidelines there in the pocket of the Lions. It'll be a throw-in.
So once again, the throw-in out there in front of the Harris contracting guys.
It's well placed, that sign guy, isn't it?
I think they might pay big to get that area, Andrew. At favour, the ball goes out of bounds there a lot, particularly when there's a bit of breeze to that pocket. They're good supporters to the club. Do a great job across the district with their business.
It's over the sidelines once again.
Yeah, well, there's another long-term sponsor there at the sports club, home of the Lions.
Tom Keogh takes the ball out of the ruck, and it's hand pass to Trent Coallen there. He's looking for options downfield. Chips this one over the top, but in front is Jesse Lander. Can't quite take the mark. Mitch Bloomfield for Mango's got this one. It's a rough old kick high, and it's marked by Zach Forostenko there on the far wing for the Lions. Looks to come in field with this one. It's gone over the back, but it's gone through the hands of Mitch Taylor. Gathered, hand pass to Matt Hamlin. A little chip out wide to Ben Walsh. Gone through his hands. And a good tackle by Roffney on Arthur on that occasion. Kirkman's wrapped up. His hand pass is smothered. Picked up by Arthur. Just belts this one along. It's going to bounce. Josh Walsh keeps it in front of him. Kirkman gets a hand pass out to Zach Forostenko. Onto Dan Foley in the centre of the ground. He's got a bloke right on him there. Mitch Bloomfield gets wide to Jesse Lander. Takes the mark on the wing. He's got players up in front of him. Mitch Taylor marks in front of the scoreboard there. He's got Luke Walsh running on. Sends this one in on his right foot looking for Kai Watts, who's leading out for it and takes a good strong mark on his chest. On the right side for a left footer.
Andrew Mango's just looking a little bit tired at this stage. They attacked. They were able to repel the attack this side of the ground from the Lions, but once again it broke down. They couldn't get across their half forward. Lions took it across the other side of the ground and just numbers, and they were able to have clean possession. And
he's kicked that one.
The crowd behind the goal likes it, and they're clapping as soon as it left the boot. Another major for Kai Watts. He's got a few now, Andrew, today?
Two. I'd say that's two for Kai, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, well, Mango's had a lot of the ball, and they've had to work pretty hard with it in hand, and they're probably starting to feel a little bit fatigued with it.
Yep. It's not hard to get in that position when you're down so hard on the scoreboard, but their coach will have to try and rally them, because we've got another quarter after this. There's nearly 20 minutes gone, so they won't want it to really blow out.
Up in the ruck again, it's Foley and Smith. On to Matty Hamlin there. Kicks this one high and long. Racing for the ball is Mitch Taylor. Keeps it in front of him there. Chased by Tim Smith, is it? Alex McCormack's moved to the back line, and the umpire's going to ball it up there.
Ball up out there in front of the scoreboard. Of course, the Croker Grain, they're good sponsors of the club. They've got that big facility up there at Mara. Greg Carroll, the principal of Croker's, a former Gammain boy, played in that premiership, still talked about, in 1976 by the Maroons.
Mango look to break away here. They come through the centre of the ground, but it's cut off once again by Ben Walsh. He looks to go wide there and finds Kai Watts on the half-forward flank in front of the grandstand. He looks to kick this down long, looking for Michael Roffney. Drops the mark, plays on there, tries to break his tackle. He's swung around on, and it's shot on goal there by Connor Krebser, and he's
offline, one behind.
Offline, is it?
Yep.
It looked pretty good from here, but it's offline, through from behind.
Kai Watts, strong, working both sides of the ground, Andrew. He's not just content to be on that other side. He came across here and on that left foot, and the Lions attacked from this side, but it was a little bit hard to score from that pocket, but they'll be thinking they can mark it or grab it from this kick in and go again.
Nick Collins kicks this one high through the hands of Ben Walsh, gathered by Kirk Mann there. Gets his hand pass over to Ben. The ball's on the ground. Kicking it off the ground is Mangappa player there. Kirk Mann picks it up, comes in field there to Mitch Taylor, who takes the mark, steadies for the Lions. He's got Dan Foley across wide, kicks it across in front of Dan Foley. He plays on there, chips one over the top there and finds Matty Hamlin all on his own. 30 metres out from goal on a 45-degree angle.
Matty Hamlin's been in the game all day, but he's really put a mark on it in this third quarter. 21 gone on the scoreboard, on the clock, and he'll kick from 35, 45-degree angle. Won't be a problem for Matty. Adjusts his socks, runs in, lets it go.
That's a goal.
Umpire doesn't move. A goal, another goal to the Lions. So yeah, they're really hammering it now, Andrew. I just can't see where Mango's going to stem this flood of attack from the Lions.
Yes, the Lions are, defensively they're just well drilled, well coached, and they're just cutting it off across the centre of the ground there and making it very difficult for Mangappa to move that ball forward.
So the Lions, 13 goals, 12 behinds, 90. Mango boys still to open their account, haven't got a goal, just six behinds.
Jack Collins takes this one from the knock and gets a hand pass out the back to Alex McCormack, on to Christian Palambi. Handballs one backwards to James Scott. He's wrapped up in a tackle. Back to Palambi. Swings wide on his left foot. He's got Harry Collins out there and he marks in front of Luke Walsh in front of the scoreboard. Looks to bring this back inside for Nick Collins, but the ball smothered by Aaron Proctor there. It's gone over the back, picked up by Tommy Anderson. Left foot back inside, gone through the hands of Alex McCormack. On to Mitch Taylor there, kicks this one high into the pocket is Kai Watts, and it's gone over his head and over the boundary line for another throw in.
Throw in or out on full? Throw in, is it, I think? No, yeah, touched over the line. I think
touched over the line, guide.
So it will be a throw in down there in that pocket.
Your kicks have just got to be that spot on when you try to come back through the centre of the ground there, and if you don't hit your target, you can get punished pretty well.
Yep.
Dan Foley grabs this one out of the ruck and he snaps it, truly. He's having a good day today, Dan Foley.
He's having a day out. He grabbed that one-handed, he fended off his opponent and kicked it on his right foot. He's true, which he is a right footer, and he was on the right side for that and never in doubt. So good effort there from Dan Foley. Oh yeah, well it's blowing out a little bit now, Andrew. We don't want to rub it in, and we can only call it as we see it. And we'd really like to see the Mango guys rally a little bit and stem this onslaught a little bit from the Lions.
Yeah, well, they've got some pretty handy players in the centre bounces there, and just going to be balled up again. I'd like to see young Jake Wheatley go into the ruck there, give him a little bit of grunt and a little bit of heat around the ball, but I just can't see him on the ground there at the moment. He's playing at centre half forward, but yeah. Cleared by Mangappa, gathered by Jack McKegg on that occasion. Kicks this one forward, looking for Dan Foley, gone through his hand, gathered by Roffney, tries to get his hand pass away. Spilt three, out to Harry Collins there on the half-back line for Mangappa. He's looking for options. He's got to kick long and wide. Kirk Man's under this one, and young McDevitt takes the mark, plays on, gets his handball back to Tommy Anderson. Chips one long and short to Jack McKegg there. Plays on, gives it back to Tommy Anderson, sends this one in long. Kai Watts is leading out to the pocket, but Tim Smith has closed him down there and punched this one clear. Ball's on the ground there, gathered by Kai Watts and out over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Yeah, once again, it came up here and the Mango turned it over again. Lions, when they mark it, they're always looking to give off, run, keep running, and of course that creates options. But, you know, you're under pressure in the back line when the ball comes in like that.
So Foley wins the ruck, and Krebs is wrapped up in a tackle by Harry Collins there, and the umpire will ball it up.
So late in the quarter, nearly 25 gone, but we've had a few goals, so it'll go a little bit longer yet.
Foley and Scott in the ruck. Mangapla clear the ball, but it's bounced into the hands of young McDevitt. Kicks this one long, looking for Matt Collins, who's moved up forward here. Almost takes the mark in front of Josh Walsh. Ball hits the ground and he's been held on to. Free kick to Matt Collins. He looks to play on quickly here. He's got numbers behind him. Gives a hand pass back to Luke Lawrence. Chips this one over the top. It's a good mark by Ben Walsh there. Cuts it off. He's got to go back and take his kick. Decides to kick this one long and high. Looking for Mitch Taylor. Alex McCormack almost takes a screamer. It's gone over the back there. Trying to pick it up is Scott. Been knocked on to Mitch Taylor and chips a little one over the top. He could have kicked it himself. He gives it. Kai Watts has given it back to him, and Mitch Taylor's kicked it over.
So the Lions, they're raffling it, Andrew. They're sharing it around a little bit there. Kai Watts realised that his teammate could have got the goal, so Kai Watts thought, well, I'll let him go and give him a major, which is very good.
Yep.
You can do that around. You can do that today when you're this far in front. That won't be the go later in the season when things are tight. You'll know you get a goal. Those that can get the goals get the goals. Ball's back in the centre.
Olsen and Smith in the ruck. Down to Tommy Anderson. He gets his kick away. Ball rolls forward. Towed off the ground by Alex McCormack. Jack McKegg gets a grummer kick forward there. Michael Roffney's diving on this one. And the umpire's going to ball it up.
Can't be long to go now, but the Lions they're not going to stop.
Foley and Scott in the ruck there. Roffney dives in on this one. He can't get his hand pass out, and the umpire will ball it up.
Inside the 50. Lions on the attack. Umpire signalling for the move back out of the ruck area. So there it is, the 3/4 time siren here at the Gammain Sports Ground. Sees the Lions 15-12, 102. The Mango boys still haven't not got a goal on the board, Andrew. 6 behinds, total of 6 points. Dominant quarter.
Yeah, seven goal quarter for the Lions there, and they controlled the play in that quarter for 90% of it.
Yeah, too strong, too fast, too strong across centre and half back, and they run, they stream down, and that creates numbers, and that just created absolute havoc for the Mango boys. And I don't know what the Mango coach can give them at 3/4 time. He's got to try and give them some sort of inspiration to run this game out, and they will have a little bit of breeze coming home. Let's see if we can get them on the scoreboard in the final quarter. So the players break from the huddle for the start of this last quarter at the Gammain Sports Ground. The Lions 15-12, 102. Again, I hate to keep reiterating, but the Mango not on the board yet with a goal. But hopefully they can land a few, Andrew, in this last quarter. As we spoke about the Michael McCormack, the member of Riverina. He's just walked across in front of the press box here. He won't be happy with the Mango charges. His son in the Mango side, but what do you reckon, Andrew?
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see this last quarter if Mangapla can win the quarter. I'm quite sure that they'll be out to redeem themselves in this last quarter, and the Lions will be just as keen to not let that happen and finish off strongly. It's been a good game so far for the Lions, and they'd be looking to finish this game off on a strong note.
Yeah, the ground bathed in sunlight here for the start of the last quarter at the sports ground.
And James Scott wins the ruck on that occasion from Mangapla, and the ball's sent long and high, and it's a good mark there to Doug Arthur, I think it is, and that's what Mangapar will be
that's
looking
just-
for. A quick clearance from the centre, and he's taking a strong mark there, about 30 metres out straight in front.
That's just the start they wished for, Andrew, to clear it from the centre, take a good mark, come back, and let's hope he's good enough to slot it through for a goal and get him on the scoreboard and get him rolling a bit in this last quarter. He comes in, a little bit of a skip on the left foot. Yep, goal umpire doesn't move, so good start there for the Mango boys. It's late in the game, last quarter. That major will help them a lot, Andrew. Lift their heads a little bit, give them a little bit more run. The Lions might sort of relax a little bit, so let's see what the Mango can bring home from here.
Yep.
Any major changes? Can you spot up, Andrew?
Mitch Taylor's gone to centre half forward there for the Lions. Jacob Olsen's currently at full forward. Dan Foley in the ruck.
So perhaps the member for Riverina gave the Mango boys a little bit of a pep talk out in the huddle. He might have stepped up there, I don't know. But let's see if they can repeat the performance. The ball comes back in the centre and the central umpire balled up again.
Up in the rucks, Foley and Scott wins out again for the Mangapar. Hand pass, free kick there to Harry Collins there. Umpire Luke Bell's called out. He looks to play on there. Kicks this one long to full forward there. Under it is Josh Walsh. Ball's punched clear. Gathered by Mangapar there. Gets a hand pass wide. Cut off by Connor Krebs. Can't get his kick away there. Picked up by Doug Arthur. Out to Lockie Parker there for the Lions. Back to Aaron Proctor. Chips this one wide and finds Jack McKeag in front of the scoreboard.
Jack's had a pretty solid game, Andrew, also.
Yeah, no, he's been a contributor there again today for the Lions, but that kick's gone a little bit wayward and it's been cut off here by Harry Collins.
Another opportunity for Mango now. Lions have turned it over in the centre. Let's see
He
what
looks to
they
go
can
forward.
do.
It's gone over the head of Trent Coellen and over the sidelines there and out of bounds. It'll be a throw in.
At least it's in their area. It's It's a long way away from the Lions attacking area. So let's see if Mango boys can capitalise as we see this ball thrown in front of the Anthony Irvine part of the ground there.
Foley and Smith in the ruck. One by Smith on that occasion to Arthur. A hand pass over the top to Palambi. Looks to hook this one back into the hot spot there, but under it is Ben Mulch who takes a strong mark.
Yeah, Ben stands his ground. He doesn't drop those ones.
Chips one short to Sam Martin there in that back pocket for the Lions. Chips another little one over the top to Aaron Proctor. Marks there on that half back flank for Gammain.
Lions happy to chip short when it's on, when it's 100% on, which it still is again. They've brought it back into the ground. Dan Foley switches play and he's brought it out here to the half-back position.
Zach Forostenko takes the mark there on that half-back flank.
He's been a handy
On
pickup for the Lions, Andrew.
Yeah, ex-North Albury. It's one back inside to Kurt Mann. Lions controlling the ball across half-back here. Ben Walsh has got it. Chips one out wide and finds Sam Martin.
So we're nearly back to whence it came.
Yeah, it's done a full circle, Guy, and Sam looks to push this one forward. Kick has just been marked there by Lockie Parker, low to the ground. That one tickled a bit, so he's
landed
gets
on the
to his
ball, I
feet.
think.
Brings it cross field here to Dan Foley. Marks it at centre half back there for the Lions. Hand pass over the top to Aaron Proctor. Comes back inside. Chips this one wide. Looking for Seb Hamlin running on for the Lions there. Marks it in the centre of the ground. Held up.
Well read by Seb. He ran up there from the back line and the players were aware that he was clear in the centre.
Gets a good low pass to Tom Anderson there. 60 metres out from goal. Swings around, sends this one in long and high. It's going to fall short there and marked by Tim Smith. Doesn't make the distance.
Let off for Mango. They're going to clear it from the back line.
He swings this wide to Palambi. Marks in front of Connor Krebser there.
He's racked up a lot of possessions, Andrew.
Yeah, he's been pretty handy on the wing there today for the Mangapar. Comes inside. Harry Collins misses a mark. Gets his hand pass to Mitch Bluefield. Back to Nick Collins. On to Alex McCormack. Goes up the centre of the ground. Kicks this one over the top to Tom Keogh. Almost takes the mark. John O'Miles grabbed this one in. He's wrapped up in a tackle by Luke Walsh. Forostenko trips over the pack. Matty Hamlin wraps up Ryan Griffin. He gets his hand pass away to John O'Mile. On to Harry Collins. He's wrapped up. Gets his hand pass out to his brother Matt. Kicks it one wide to Doug Arthur. Dodges around his opponent in Seb Hamlin. Sends this one in long and high with his left foot. And it's through for a behind.
Might have only been a behind, but we saw some really good desperation there from the Mango boys. They trying to finish off the game full of running. And that's what you got to do. The only way you're going to beat these Lions players, you have to run and deliver the ball, try and get clean delivery.
Kirkman kicks this in and finds Lockie Parker, who kicks this one high to the wing there. It's over the sidelines.
So the ball will be thrown in front of the spectator shed there. Of course, the Logan Hitchens, the major sponsors of the club there, with the big sign on the shelter shed, been sponsors of the club for the entire duration of the Lions.
Ball comes out of the pack there to Matty Hamlin. Gets a grubbing kick forward there. It's almost grabbed by Tim Smith. It's at his feet there. Picked up by Nick Collins. He can't get away. Treads on the feet of his teammate there, Tim Smith. And he's helped to his feet by his opposition opponent there, Mitch Taylor. And the umpire will ball this up.
So ball up in front of the commentary position on the shed side of the ground here at Ganmain.
Ball's tapped clear there by Ganmain. Picked up by Dan Foley. Gives it to Matty Hamlin, kicks this one along high. Kai Watts and Jacob Wheatley under this one. Kai Watts reads this better over the back of the pack. He races away. He's got heaps of space in front of him. Snaps this goal, and it's another one for the Lions.
He showed him a clean pair of hands, Andrew, once he went over the head of the Mango player, and was put down your glasses after that. Once he spotted up, he had space between himself and the goals. He didn't have to give that one off. He did the right thing, just kept sprinting to the goals, and an easy goal.
Yeah, he was giving inches away on his opponent on occasion, but strong-bodied, and the old adage, keep your feet. And he did all that, and was resulted in a goal. That's his third goal for the game.
Yeah, no, pretty good performance from Kai Watts there. No, keep your feet. That's very important. Even when you're watching a bit of AFL, you see a player go down under pressure, and usually they get scored against when the player goes down.
Up in the rucks, James Scott's had the better of Dan Foley the last three rucks on this occasion, and it's come back to Zach Forostenko. Gets his kick away to Ben Walsh on that far half-back flank there. Comes in field looking for Connor Krebser. Picks one up at his feet. Hand passes out to Tommy Anderson. Kicks this one high underneath. It's Dan Foley and James Scott, but James Scott takes the mark. Cross half-back there for Mangapla. Having a good last quarter. Gets a little hand pass away to Nick Collins. He's racked up possessions all day. Tried very hard. Gets one out to Christian Palambi on the far wing. Kicks this one long and low and finds Trent Cohellen back to Nick Collins. Gets a short little pass inside, but it's cut off by Ben Walsh on that occasion. And
yeah, the pass wasn't up to it, unfortunately.
Comes inside, Ben Walsh does, to Aaron Proctor there. Gets a little chip onto Kirk Mahon. Nick Collins just holding his foot after that last kick. May have done himself a little injury. Comes inside to Jack Sussay, has the ball here. Kicks it out wide in front of the grandstand to Sam Martin.
The Lions coach chips it over to Jack Sassay. Plenty of talk here late in the game, even though there's a big difference in the score. There's still plenty of talk and plenty of feeling in the game.
Kirk Mahon has it in front of the broadcasting box here. The Lions look to keep possession and take this one forward. Gets a short pass off to Tommy Anderson. He's about 60 metres out. Big Olsen in the goal square.
Looking to give it off, looking for options. I'm not sure that they're all looking at him though.
He goes back with a real mongrel kick that rolls out towards Ben Walsh, but he's pushed over the ball by Matt Collins. Goes back to Doug Arthur. And he kicks this one high. There's no one at home for Mango, no one there for the Lions. Numbers. Sam Martin gets back and gathers this one in, switches it back wide, comes around this side of the ground, finds Kirk Mahon.
It was like a grand final sprint, Andrew.
Yeah, it was a race for the ball. There was no one home. Lions switch it again, back to Seb Hamlin. Hand passes off to Josh Walsh. No real intensity in the game at this stage. Back inside to Ben Walsh, he drops a mark. Picked up by Mitch Taylor. Gets his hand pass away to his opponent in Luke Lawrence. Kicks one wide, looking for Palambi. He's run all day out there on that wing. Looks to send this one in. Dodges around his opponent there in Josh Walsh. Goes to kick this one long to the square. Under it is Kirk Mahon, but he thumps it through for a behind. Good defence.
Yeah, the Mango, they did well to bring it in there, but they just couldn't get a clean lead, so he had to kick it, and the Lions were able to defend it, thumped it through for one behind.
Roffney on to Mitch Taylor. Up to the centre there to Jack McKeag. Connor Krebser's running deep. This one's high. It's marked on the chest by Krebser, 45 metres out.
He's racking up a few, Andrew.
Yeah, he's finding a little bit of confidence there. Swings around on his trusty left foot, sends this one high. He's got Olsen under the ball here. Got one hand held, but tries to mark the other one. Ball hits the ground. Wheatley's grabbed up in a strong tackle, but it's in the back there by Kai Watts, and a free kick to Wheatley.
Let off there for Mango. They'll try and clear it and set up, and they'll be desperate to try and get another major before the game's over. 10 minutes gone.
Goes to play on. He's wrapped up in a tackle there by Kai Watts, and he's caught with the ball. Didn't get his kick away, and Kai Watts has played on here. No, the umpire's called him back.
Very hard to get around Kai Watts, Andrew.
Well, he's got those soccer skills and very good below his knees.
Tight angle.
On the right side for a left footer. He's going to have a shot. Take up a bit of the clock. Comes in. I'd say he'll run around here, which he does. But he hasn't connected well, and it's through from behind.
They'll be a little bit disappointed in that, but anyway, that won't stop them. They'll see if they can rebound from here.
Nick Collins brings it into Luke Lawrence. Takes the mark there. Back to Nick Collins. Sends this one wide in front of the broadcasting box to Doug Arthur, who marks right on the line in front of the Gairmain changes. Looks to play on, kicks this one downfield, but it's turned over. Good pressure from Zach Forostenko there, forces the kick. Picked up by the line, Mangapla there, and Lawrence. Goes to kick currently, back to Scott. He can't gather it in. Jesse Lander fires and gets a hand pass away to Aaron Proctor. Grabs the ball, wrapped up in a tackle by Mail. Then Scott's wrapped up by Mahon, and the umpire will ball it up. I think it was Seb Hamlin who kicked that ball down.
Yeah, I think so.
Couldn't quite see from here.
He's racking up a few possessions too.
Yeah, having a good game, the young fella, growing in confidence. That one's gone over the head of Mitch Taylor there, that kick from Jesse Lander. He was out and ready to roll, but it'll be a throw in.
So the Lions will still be keen to keep scoring. They won't give up.
Foley and Scott in the ruck. Been a good tussle this last quarter between these two. Foley attempts to pick this one up, can't gather it in. Mail grabs it, kicked out by Lawrence. He's had a good game, the young fella. Seb Hamlin flies over the top, nearly takes the mark, gathers it in, gets his hand pass back. Forostenko dodges around one, gets it out the back to Sasse. He kicks one high on his left foot. Under this is Krebser, almost takes a one-hander. Play on, says the umpire. And young McDevitt is wrapped up in a tackle there.
So once
by
again,
Michael Rofney.
Another stalemate. 60 out from the Lions' goal.
Scott wins the ruck on that occasion. Down to the feet of Rofford, comes diving through. Tries to get the ball out, but umpire Nathan Brooks will ball it up once again. Game not entering any great heights in this last quarter,
A bit of tiredness creeping in now, Andrew.
Nick Collins gets the ball, kicks this one high. Players holding on there at centre half back. Picked up by Jack Sasse, gets a hand pass over the top. No one can pick it up. Gathered by Turnbull now, gets one out to Tom Keogh. He's wrapped up in a tackle, gets it on to young Collins there. Gets the ball forward, kicked off the ground by Josh Walsh and out over the sidelines there, and it'll be a throw-in.
Yeah, once again, in front of the McCormack sign and the Irvine signs. Anthony Irvine, that young local fellow that went out to Temora with his sign writing business and really made a name for himself out there, Andrew.
Yeah, done very well, Anthony. Ball's been thrown in here. It's a scrap there for it at the moment. No one can get it clear, and the umpire said, "Give it to me." Umpire Luke Bell, ball it up once again.
We're probably going to see that for the rest of the game. The boys are a bit tired. Packs forming, scrimmage, and again we'll have to have a ball up. No one can get clear.
Up she goes again. Foley thumps this one out of the danger zone. Forward it goes. Picked up well by Mitch Taylor. Swings onto his left foot. He's got Kirkwad on a lead, but it's gone over the top and marked by Whitley there. Jacob Whitley comes back inside. Finds Luke Lawrence.
As good as the kick, that thump from Dan Foley.
Yes. Found a few metres. Over the top to Matt Collins. Marks in the centre of the ground. Back to Luke Lawrence. He's still got plenty of run. Sends this ball long. Punched by Sam Martin. Down to John O'Malley. He's wrapped up in a big tackle. It's a bit high from Michael Rofty there, and it's a
bit
a
aggressive.
free kick.
Bit aggressive.
Free kick to John O'Mar, dodges around Rofty there, tries to get his kick away. It's half smothered, and it's almost marked there by Seb Hamlin. Ball hits the ground, gathered by Kirkman. On to Ben Walsh. Kicks this one wide to Jesse Lander, who marks in front of the Mangaplar box. Chips one over the top, but Trent Gallen's just come off the bench for Mangaplar, and he's taken the mark.
I think he's paid over the shoulder because he didn't complete the mark, but he paid over the shoulder, I think, Andrew.
Comes in field. Kicks this one looking for Ryan Termal, who marks it in the centre of the ground for Mangaplar. Looks to send this long. He's got young Collins underneath this one. It's gone over the back mark. Grabbed by Seb Hamlin onto his cousin Matt Hamlin. Kicks this one wide. Running well is Mitch Taylor there. Got a heap of room in front of him. Swings on that left foot. He's got 2-on-1 here. Tom Anderson against 2 Mangaplar. Ball's on the ground. Tim Smith runs over the top. Charging through is Aaron Proctor. He gets it forward. Wrapped up in a tackle was Tommy Anderson. And the umpire said, give it to me. I'll ball it up.
Seb Hamlin, he didn't listen to me. He's not having a bar of any tiredness. He's still attacking.
Yeah, still got plenty of run in his legs, young fella. Probably played Carroll Cup on Wednesday night as well, some of these boys. Young fellas. And Nick Collins gains possession of the ball. Free kick in the centre of the ground there. Looks to send this one forward.
What would you do to be young again, Baz?
Already am.
Ah.
This one's sent in
Good
long.
reply.
Josh Walsh meets the ball, bounced in front of him, gets a hand pass over the top. Jack Collins tries to gather it in. It's gone through his legs. Gathered by Forestanko. On to Jack Sussay. Gets a hand pass over his shoulders to Josh Walsh. He's wrapped up in a tackle there. And the umpire says, give it to me. I'll ball it up.
Good pressure from the Mango boys late in the game. About 18 gone.
Up they go. Foley and Smith in the ruck. But the umpire's found a free kick here to Foley. Dan Foley takes the ball.
Adds to his stats.
Looks to come in to Jack Sussay short. It's hard to think that was 15 metres, but he gets it moving on quickly to Matt Hamlin. Another chip over the top to Connor Krebso on his own. He's got Sam Martin running around that far wing, but he looks to go forward and finds Kai Watts on a lead there. He marks it 50 metres out. Swings it back long, looking for Mitch Taylor over the back. It's a very good kick, and he finds Mitch Taylor 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle. He'll line up, but I think this could be a shot on his third goal.
Well set up there by Krebser. He really it was a good deliberate pass. He was cool out to Kai Watts, and Kai Watts knew.
Good vision by
Good
Kai
vision.
Watts.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Yep.
Vision to kick across here.
Mitch Taylor comes
Yeah.
in with that shot. I think it's going to be a behind.
Yep.
It's gone over the goalpost.
Nevertheless, the lead-up play was exactly what Sam Martin requires of the Lions. So that takes the Lions to 16 goals, and the attendant is standing in front of the
Nick Collins to bring this back in for Mangaplar.
16-14,
Kicks this one high.
110.
Under it was Luke Walsh. Gone over the back. Charges in Luke Walsh there. Gathers this ball, and umpire calls for a ball up.
Luke Walsh gets up smirking a little bit.
Yeah, I think someone last week called out happy birthday, Luke, for your 50th, but he's an evergreen player. And Whiteley clears this ball, but it's been marked by Ben Walsh across the half-back line there. He kicks out wide to Sam Martin. He's got a mountain of space in front of him. Gets this on to Connor Krebser there. Marks on the half-forward flank for the Lions. Back to Sam Martin, running on here. Kicks this one, looking for Jack McKegg, gone through his hands and picked up by Jesse Lander. Sends this one over the top, but it hasn't reached the goals, and it's marked by Tim Smith there in the pocket. Harry Collins has got the ball, chipped it. It's been chipped over the top to him. He looks to switch. No, he looks to come back to this side of the ground and finds Jacob Whitley. Plays on Harry Collins. Gets his kick away just in time. Strong pressure by Jesse Lander, and Ben Walsh comes flying over the top there and takes a strong mark. Comes back inside to Matty Hamlin. Almost loses it. He does. Play on, says the umpire.
Didn't have it long enough here.
And the umpire's going to say ball it up.
Matty might have had it spent before he got it on that occasion.
Yeah,
Andrew.
that sun's getting low in
Yep.
his eyes too. Might have been the occasion.
Umpire Callum Logan throws the ball up.
Scott wins that one. It's come to Michael Rofney at the back. On to Luke Walsh. Kicks this one high. Marked by Palambi, who's been good for the Mangapla today on that far wing.
One of their best.
Looks to get around his opponent. He's almost tackled by Connor Krebser there, but he's kicked this one high under it. Sassay and Matt Collins, but Matt Collins almost marks it. Ball hits the ground, picked up by Mondika. Gathered by Seb Hamlin there. Looks to come back inside to Connor Krebser. He's got clear space in him here. Looking big Jacob Olsen on this occasion. Tries to mark it one-handed. Ball's hit the ground, kicked clear by Alex McCormack. Gone wide, looking for Tom Keogh. Bounces in front of him, he gathers it in. Gets a hand pass away to Harry Collins, who's tried very hard today. Back to Griffin, back to Harry Collins. Sends this ball long, but cutting off once again is Ben Walsh.
They've got it across to Matt Hamlin. He's able to clear it out to this side of the ground to Luke Walsh. Andrew, you mentioned that they were sledging Luke Walsh. Not much good at sledging a man that's in form.
Yep, he's had a very good game last week and been a contributor today. And Mitch Taylor runs onto this. He's trusted right foot, but picks out the Mangapla player there, Trent Cohen, he marks it on his chest. Comes back inside to Harry Collins. He's got space to run into. An extra little chip over the top to Mitch Bloomfield.
A little bit of local connection there, young Bloomfield.
Yep.
He's
son of Andrew Bloomfield.
And his grandmother is Carmel Carroll from one of the Carroll clans. So a little bit of a local link there.
This one's gone high. Kicked there by Matt Collins. Gone through from behind.
Offline, another behind to the Mango boys. They really love to get another goal. That takes them to 1-9, I think.
This ball comes out wide. Flying for the ball is Scott. Over the back to Forrest Denko. He can't pick it up. Gathers it in now. Gets a little hand pass away to Luke Walsh. Umpire deemed he threw it to him. So now it's a free kick to Scott for Mangapla there. Chips this one in long. Looking for young Collins, but it's gone over his head and marked by Sam Martin. Comes inside to Matt Hamlin there. Takes the mark.
Just not enough numbers there for Mango, Andrew.
No.
Outnumbered again in that crucial halfback area.
Goes wide and finds Dan Foley on that. He can't take the mark. He's been grabbed onto and gets the free kick. Want to watch out the 50 there, Mitch, but he's taken the mark now. Foley comes inside, finds Luke Parker in the centre of the ground. Lions just prepared to keep possession of this ball. There's no rush. Trying to finish this game off.
About 23 minutes gone.
Lockie Parker's almost caught here. Kicks this ball long, looking for Connor Krebser. He gets shoved under it by Collins. He can't take the mark. Olsen gathers it in, tries to get a handball back. Intercepted by Nick Collins. Back to Alex McCormack. Kicks this one wide, looking for Trent Cohen, but the ball's going to beat him out over the sideline, and it'll be a throw in.
So we'll get a throw in out there in front of in that area of the ground, the news agency down the street here, like I've mentioned before. A lot of people get their papers online, but you can still get your lotto and make your presence felt. Go in and see Phil, give him a bit of treat. So
there we go, a convincing win by the Lions today.
Big win by the Lions, Andrew. Yep, as you said, convincing. So the Lions, 16-14, 110. Manga player, 1 goal, 9-15. They were desperate late in the quarter to grab another goal. They just weren't up to it. The Lions just too good in defence, too good all day, too good nearly all over the ground, Andrew.
That's
really.
right, guys. Good even spread today. The Lions contributors everywhere, forwards, mids and back. Very difficult to name your 5 best players today.
Yeah, I'm happy I haven't got a card to do the voting today, but I thought Dan Foley was good all day. Krebser, he was very good, one of the little guys. Seb Hamlin, Matt Hamlin, Kirk, Marn, yeah. No passengers really, whatever.
No,
Andrew.
it was good even spread across the ground from the Lions today, and Mangapla will be have to regroup after this one. I know they've got a few players out, and they'll be looking to get some of those players back and get their game back on track. But they had some really good contributors there from Palambi and Nick Collins. Got a lot of ball across halfback. Ryan Turnbull was very good in that first half.
Yep.
Probably didn't see a lot of him in that second half.
Yeah, they just couldn't break that half half-back line that the Lions put up against them. Lions strong across the centre, strong across half-back, and that was really just the story of the day. And then when Mango did turn it over, the Lions swooped with numbers and virtually scored. Their inside 50s must have been enormous. Andrew, we don't have those broken down stats, but the scoreboard tells what
scoreboard
those stats
tells
were.
the story,
Yep.
The Lions dominated most of the game.
So that's about the story here from the Gambian Sports Ground today. Sun sets on a lovely day. Hopefully either side didn't get any serious injuries. That's as much as what you can hope for when you have a big, especially from the losing side. You don't go home with any injuries. So we'll catch you again at the next home ground at the Gambian Sports Ground.
Very good.